This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. Today's discussion really comes out of a book I'm reading by Morgan Housel. And Morgan Housel is a brilliant writer. He read a book called The Psychology of Money, which talks about sort of so many things that resonate with me: behavioral finance versus true finance, and why a true investor needs to mesh both. He talks about this book, a concept of pessimism in the short run and optimism in the long run. And I think this concept that sort of breaks down in terms of, as an investor, as follows: keep on putting away money. That's trying to be safe. Spend less than you make and put money away constantly. That's pessimism. Make sure you have an emergency fund, that you're careful, but then keep on investing, recognizing in the long run, you should be optimistic about the long run. And trying to balance these two qualities, what he calls pessimism in the short run, optimism in the long run, resonates so well with me. It's this concept of save but invest. In sports, we think about this as being aggressive but giving yourself big margins. We think about it in so many other areas of the world as trust who's selling to you, but verify that they're telling you the truth. And that's true of so many different things. I just love listening to Morgan Housel's perspective on this. And this concept of pessimism in the short run, optimism in the long run, or as we think of it, safe but invest, or play aggressive but with margins. I think it's such an important concept to think about as you think about almost anything you do. In business, for me, it's doubling down when I really start to understand something, double down in it, but not before. You're sort of testing your core and explore and so forth, but then doubling down. But I think this concept of pessimism in the short run, aggressive for the long run, optimistic for the long run is a beautiful mix of thoughts. And you have to figure out that balance for yourself. But again, finding that balance, and again, I am thankful to Morgan Housel for his writings. I find absolutely brilliant. Thank you. The title of this podcast we'll call Safe but Aggressive. Thank you for listening to this podcast, and thank you to our producer, Chanel Bunger. Thank you.